Because we're requiring, well, first of all, there's no definition for a system less than 5.
Well, but you're confusing the terminology. What you're looking at is districts and types of water systems, small water systems. We're not asking you to create any of those. We're simply saying you have to obtain potable water. Regardless of where you get it. You can get it from the city. You can create your own district. You can hire your own water treatment plant operator and run the system. In other words, the system that we've installed, and I think you're familiar with, that Pata Engineering and Rocky Vandegrift operate for the county and several schools all over the place. Those are our approved small drinking water, potable systems. They are not necessarily any one of those entities a small drinking water system. They may be, in the case of school, for example, they may very well be a large drinking water system. But you're basically talking about a permitting procedure there when you're talking about the different types of systems. You certainly, on a small subdivision, don't want to get into that business.
No. I know the county doesn't want to see these potable water plants popping up all over the place. For one thing, they're expensive, and then they're going to be, as the cities grow out, they're going to be useless because they're not going to use them anymore. They're going to do that. That brings up my other point. When you're in an area that, or say instance you're in, or I'm in, or anybody else outside of the city, way outside of the city, over half a mile, it's not cost effective to bring city water, and in some cases in the city of El Centro won't provide city water unless you annex. There's lots of reasons why you can't do it. It almost eliminates the possibility for a minor subdivision. In fact, it's almost like what Dave was talking about. You can't split lots because it's not because they're small, it's because you can't get water to them.
Absolutely right. And you have some cities that are agreeable to extending water service, such as Imperial, and you have other cities, such as El Centro, that will not. We've routinely asked the cities to cooperate with us in extending water service lines to areas that are already basically developed, in other words, surrounded by residential, like the long name. Not necessarily running a line out in the country for a house 2 miles out, but certainly in an area like this or an area like yours. But again, it's up to the city, and some cities just simply say no. So that does put a crimp in the process.
All right.
Keep running.
We make exceptions. Right?
Yeah, make an exception to potability standards.
We do, because we split lots. We do lot line adjustments, and we split agricultural ground from removing houses. In some cases, I've seen at least 2 residential units. They're existing, I understand.
Well, okay. Prior to 1976, remember the rule: if you have a house on the property prior to 1976, we allow you to divide it out, as you just did a minute ago on a subdivision. That was a prior to 1976 residence on the property. Else we'd recommend it against it.
That's a 2-lot subdivision.
It's 2-lot subdivision on a pre-existing prior residential use. Yes, that's in our ordinance. Yes, we do.
I can see on the
Isn't the good news, though, about the potable water systems you're talking about put in, isn't the good news that you only have to get the sample one time?
No.
Well, okay, on a point of entry treatment system, and that's one of the reasons why the state doesn't accept them as approved systems is, and you got to remember something, in order for us to allow these, 2 things have to happen. A, you put in a point of entry treatment system, and yes, you have a one-time test. If it passes the test, then basically the health department says the system works, and then we kind of say, okay, it's up to you to make sure it continues to work, okay? Point number 2 that has to be there is a contract with the IID for delivery of potable drinking water, okay? So even though we, the county, say, yeah, it's okay, the district says they can't be off the hook until you have a contract with them for getting delivered drinking water under a contract. So one way or the other, you're getting safe water. Now, whether you use it or not, of course, is up to you. But that's the reality of it.
Why is that not acceptable on this, in this case? Well, in this case, they have that now, but they knew that when they did the CUP originally that this was going to happen. I'm not defending them in any way. I'm thinking ahead.
You're getting close to a conflict.
Yeah, real close.
Just so you
but we've ran into this before, and I don't understand why that's not acceptable. I mean, it used to be. I mean, we've done a lot of projects out in the county where that was acceptable, and most of them were just 1 or 2 commercial buildings. They put the point of entry in, and that's it. And they provide AAA water. That's been the norm. I have to sign a contract where I live now to do that.
Right, everybody does.
Why is that not? Why is that not acceptable? The state doesn't accept that now, or?
Well, the state doesn't accept it anyway, no matter what we've been doing. I mean, bottom line. We simply took the position that there's absolutely no feasible way for you out in the country to run a city water line out to you when it's 2, 3, 4 miles away or 10 miles away. it is feasible. I realize it's costly, but it is feasible for you to extend the city water line. In this particular case, or in your case.
But again, the good news is now, the water sample costs how much now?
$500 to $700, I think.
One time.
No, you're not listening to what he's telling you.
That's what,
You have to put in a potable water plant that is maintained and operated by an operator.
No,
And they test it once a month, they check
Yeah,
it once a month.
well, that's what I'm saying, but the small system for one house that you put in for a new home, you just have to test it one
Point of
time.
entry treatment system, yeah.
And what's gonna happen eventually is they're gonna say, oh, now you have to have that tested every month.
yeah.
And they already have.
That's gonna be really a burden.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough.
But you're, with the 4 lots, Russell could get a contract with an operator to check those 4 lots,
Oh, absolutely.
make a deal with the guys, so it's not $700 a month, and split it among the 4 lots, that would be a possibility.
They've already got enough blackmail going on with those potable water contracts with the people coming out there and giving you 3 gallons and charging the full price anyway, and they've got you. You can't get around it. And they've got their little list of people they'll approve and they won't approve.
I just thought,
Did you also say that the landowner had to have a contract with Imperial Irrigation District for the district to supply bottled water? Which they're not going to do,
Which who's not going to do?
the district, IID.
No.
No, you have to
You
have a
have to have a
contract.
contract with the IID that you have a provider to provide you water. In other words, what happens is
I
the
misunderstood.
AAA or somebody like that, or not AAA, but,
Yeah.
water company. So what you're doing is you're signing a contract with the IID that tells them you have a contract with so-and-so, who then has to report to the IID that you canceled their contract.
I misunderstood.
No, the district. The district, I don't think is going to bring you water that's potable. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's true.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to avoid, actually, because technically the whole deal, if you remember, is for them to convey potable water to you via the canals, which you'd also irrigate with, which we
Or
don't
I know
do.
the district's been giving potable water out of that canal all these years.
you didn't know? I didn't know either.
Okay, back to the subdivision.
Okay, where were we at? Were we ready to vote on this? Yes. Track, okay.
Motion?
Did we have a motion in there?
Did you open it up to the public, do all that then?
I don't remember. I think I did. Yeah, I think it came back to us and we had a question. So this, we don't have a motion, or go ahead.
To recommend approval of parcel map 02433 is submitted.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded for approval. Call roll, please.
Schachner,
Yes?
Cole,
Stay.
Cabana,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
Snyder,
Yes.
Rivera,
Yes.
Gaddis,
Yes.
Phelan,
Yes.
Bodine, yes, Roden.
Yes.
Okay, parcel map 02433 stands approved by the Imperial County Planning Commission. Once again, this item may be appealed to the Board of Supervisors, provided an appeal is filed within 10 days from today's date with Planning Development Services Department. If there's no appeal filed during the 10-day period, then the map can be completed according to conditions that your commission has approved.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I gotta excuse myself on this next one. I have a very distinct conflict of interest.
We'll start with agenda item number 12.
Okay, agenda item number 12 is a parcel map number 02434 as submitted by Russell H. Robin, who has excused himself from the commission due to the fact that this is his project, and this will be presented to you by Hugo Valdez.
Okay, the subject property is located just north of the previous projects at 591 Neckel Road in Imperial, California, and at the southeast corner of Neckel and Nass, identified by Assessor's Parcel number 063-032-001, legally described as Lot 8 of Imperial Subdivision Number 1, also within the City of Imperial's urban area. Russell and Angela Robin have submitted parcel map 2434 requesting a minor subdivision. The project will involve subdividing the 5.02 acre property into 4 parcels. Currently, there is an existing residence in the northwest section of the land. The purpose of parcel map 2434 is to separate the existing lot, existing home lots, to provide 3 additional lots for future sale. Sizes of 4 new parcels formed will be approximately 1.25 acres each. Access to parcels 1 and 2 north would be from Neckel Road